This morning I am working on an experiment. My brother Rob loves deviled eggs. I made some for Father's Day, but I didn't make him enough. He wanted some to take home, so I'm going to make some today for him. So we're going to start with some cold water. It's completely right out of the faucet. We'll turn the heat up to probably a medium high, and we'll add eggs just to boil an egg. Now, before you start thinking Susan's an idiot, she doesn't know how to boil an egg, I've been making deviled eggs for years, and I'm an old woman, so you can count up all the years that I've been making deviled eggs. In the last 3 or 4 years, every time I go to peel the shell off the egg, the white sticks to the shell, or it doesn't come off cleanly, or I have this butchered egg at the end, and that just doesn't make for a pretty deviled egg. So this morning I am doing an experiment, and I'm taking all of the best practices that I've learned off of the internet, and we're going to practice making the perfect boiled egg. So at this point, all I have to do is wait for the water to come to a boil, and then we will remove the pan from the heat and let it sit for 20 minutes and let those eggs cook in that hot water. And it just occurred to me, if I add a little salt to the water, then that water's going to boil faster. So we're going to add a little salt. Okay, so it's boiling. We have removed it from the heat, and we're going to let it sit here for 20 minutes. So I will set the timer to 20 minutes. Okay, so I've moved the pot over here to the sink. We're going to open that up, let that heat off, get out all that hot water, run some cold water, and then here's the trick that I think is going to work. I could be wrong. We're going to add some ice on top. Now the theory here is that the ice is going to make the shells expand, and because the shells are on the outside, they're going to expand quicker than the egg on the inside. So if you put the whole thing in the refrigerator and left it there overnight, where it chilled down everything would expand and you would be no better off. So what we're trying to do is get those shells to cool off and expand so that we can take the shells off. So, oh my goodness, let's see what we can do here. We're also going to set up a big mug with a plastic baggie to put our yellow yolks in. So it makes kind of a pastry bag for us to make the egg yolk mixture that we're going to put back into the egg. So I've been cutting the eggs in half lengthwise and just popping that yolk into our little baggie that's in the coffee mug. And sometimes they don't pop out easily, so just try to get them out without tearing up the white part. And sometimes they just pop right on out. Okay, so now we've got our egg whites, and we've got our yolks here, and now we're going to dress those. And the way I'm going to do that is always by taste. I never have a recipe for this, and sometimes I even change it up, but this is kind of the classic. We'll start with a little mayonnaise. probably about half a cup for 8 eggs, but you know, you get to decide how you want to do that. And to that I'm going to add a little bit of yellow mustard. And you can use dry mustard. In fact, I prefer the dry mustard, but this is just easier for right now. So maybe a teaspoon. And then the sweet pickle relish to taste. And I like a lot. So that looks to be about, I don't know, tablespoon and a half. A little bit of salt, and this is pink Himalayan salt. And just a dash of hot sauce. And I just put in way more than a dash, so we're going to grab some of that out of there. It just takes a little bit. Now, what's I think is very clever about using this baggie is you can try to get some of the air out and then seal it. And if there's too much air left in there, open it back up, try to get that air out, and seal it again. Now, we're just going to lay this down on the cutting board and try to mush out all those egg yolks, get them all mixed up, and incorporate all those ingredients. And the thing about the baggie is you can feel it if there's still a half of a egg yolk intact, and just go back and squeeze it out. Be careful not to open the bag up, you would have a mess. And if you lay it down, you can really feel if there's anything in there that hasn't been chopped up good enough. And again, be careful with this. You don't want to burst the bag itself. This is going to be perfect. I can already taste it. Okay, now I'm going to take one corner of that bag and push all the ingredients back so you can see clear through the bag. And then just grab some chicken poultry shears and clip off the corner of that bag. And now you've got a piping bag that you can start piping the egg yolk mixture into the half of an egg white. Now, I do have an egg dish that I usually use. It's in the dishwasher right now. You might even be able to hear the dishwasher running. But you can pick up an egg dish at a charity shop for $2. And I recommend everybody getting one because it lays the eggs in a circle and has the middle free for you to add any kind of olives, pickles, pickled banana peppers, anything that you think would go really good with these eggs. And the dogs love it when I have a mistake. They love to eat this too. They just think it's delicious. All right. And there we have it. I cannot wait to call my brother Rob. He loves these things. This is going to be a treat. He's not expecting it. And I'll arrange them really pretty, maybe with some lettuce on a disposable, plasticware that he doesn't have to return. And then that way he's got some deviled eggs for supper.